Hi, I'm attorney Joshua Prince, Chief Counsel at the Firearms Industry Consulting Group, a division of Prince Law Offices PC. Today I want to discuss federal firearms licensee denials and revocations. Under the Gun Control Act, a federal firearms license, or FFL, can be either denied initially or revoked during the term of that license if there's a violation of the Gun Control Act. Obviously, going over all the provisions of the Gun Control Act are beyond the scope of this video, but generally it means if you have record-keeping violations, if you knowingly allow a firearm to be sold to a prohibited person, or knowingly allow a straw purchase to occur, those are the types of occasions where ATF can basically proceed to revoke your license. If you're applying for a license and are a prohibited person, obviously ATF is going to deny you. If you were a responsible person on a license that was previously revoked, frequently ATF will deny you if you apply for your own federal firearms license. So it's very important before you apply for any federal firearms license that you speak with counsel. Also, you may want to discuss whether it makes sense to set up some form of corporate structure, either an LLC, S Corp, or again, depending on the circumstance, possibly a C Corp. However, generally, a C Corp wouldn't be warranted for a new business. Now, that all being said, if, God forbid, you receive something in the mail denying your federal firearms license from ATF or revoking your federal firearms license, it's important to understand that you only have 15 days to appeal that decision. What that means is you must notify the Director of Industry Operations in the area that covers your federal firearms license that you're appealing that determination. It used to be that we could attempt to work out an amicable resolution with ATF. However, that seems to be the days of the past. Anymore, once any denial or revocation is issued, generally you are going to have to file that appeal in order to attempt to overturn that determination. It's also important to understand the process that you will go through. Once you file that request for appeal, usually several months later, a hearing will be scheduled. That hearing will be in front of an individual, usually a former employee of ATF, which the Director of Industry Operations appoints to act as a hearing officer in that matter. During that hearing, evidence will be submitted, and it's very important that you have proper counsel to guide you during that hearing, because you need to ensure that all evidence that supports your position is submitted and considered by the hearing officer. At the end of that hearing, the hearing officer will take all the information in and generally several months later issue a determination. However, you don't get to see that determination. That hearing officer will submit findings and his conclusions to the Director of Industry Operations. The Director of Industry Operations, let me remind you, is the individual who initially decided to deny or revoke your FFL. The Director of Industry Operations, or DIO, will consider the findings and recommendation of the hearing officer. However, the DIO is free to disregard any or all of the findings of the hearing officer, as well as any recommendations. So the individual, that person being the DIO, or Director of Industry Operations, who originally denied or revoked your license, at the end of the process has the ultimate determination as to whether to deny or revoke your federal firearms license. If you are aggrieved by that decision, your recourse is then to file an appeal to the district court in which you reside for a federal judge to review the sufficiency of the revocation. It is important to remember that the burden will be on ATF even in that appeal setting. However, it is very important that you had proper counsel during the appeal process, even before the hearing officer. I hope you found this video informative. If you have questions, please leave them below. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please feel free to share it. If you have ideas on other topics that you'd like us to discuss, please leave them below. Thanks and have a great day.